I wanted to talk a little bit about DEXA scans. DEXA scans are something that have been used for years and years, and there is new technology now that shows strength of bone rather than density of bone, because dense bones don't necessarily mean that they're strong. They could be dense and very brittle. And there is a company in Italy that makes these scans, and they are not very prevalent in the United States yet, but it's something that you should know about, and something that probably not for another 10 years people will start using often. That being said, if you have something available to you now and you are perimenopausal and or maybe haven't been in menopause for very long, it's a really good idea to get a baseline for your bones, because then you know how dense they are now, and you can track if they start to go down, then you can be more proactive and do something about it. The reason I say this is because I had a patient last summer who came in who was in her late 60s. She had a fall at a grocery store here and had six breaks in her arm. And I don't want to say that because that's maybe too revealing. That's Carol Boyden. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Stop. Oh, or you can edit it? Easy to edit it? Okay. I wanted to talk a little bit about bone density scans. One thing you need to know is that just because it shows things are dense does not mean that they are strong. Your bone strength is very different from your bone density. You could have dense bones, but they could be very brittle. And in fact, that's what they're showing a lot of these drugs for osteoporosis are doing, is that they're just increasing the density, but they're not increasing the strength. So doing something more naturopathic where we're working on inflammation, because with the drug, inflammation is not being addressed. They're just trying to lay down more bone, but the quality of the bone doesn't necessarily get any better. A holistic approach to osteoporosis or osteopenia is really important. And I will tell you that getting a baseline when you're in perimenopause or close to being in menopause is a really good idea, because then you can see things shift, and if they start to shift, then you can do something about it instead of waiting until it gets bad. I'm just going to outline a quick story. I had a patient last summer who had a fall and had 6 breaks from this fall, and then asked her bone density to be tested. It turned out she was osteoporotic. The shocking thing about this woman is that she'd been on hormones for the allotted amount of time that they recommend, and she also was a bodybuilder, or lifted weights, I should say, and was very frustrated because the things that she knew to be doing for bone health didn't work. And so then we had to put together a much more holistic plan to help reduce or improve her bone density. And there were a lot of different things we did to help lay down healthier bone and improve or decrease her inflammation. So just food for thought.